get with the program. What is the program? Because a lot of these suckers is trying to sell you a workout plan. Do 20 push-ups and do 10 dips and then do some chest fly. Fuck that. Shit don't got nothing to do with no goddamn workout. And if you need to be told in 2025 how to put together a workout program, really, your mind is on some inferior shit. Whatever you are, your world is yours. Ain't nothing physical about this program that we running. There's a reason. Let's give a backdrop. There's a reason that I only look up to individuals who have either been in the military, in the service, veterans, or people who have been incarcerated, imprisoned, who have served time. Whatever you are, your world is yours. Why? Because there's a conduct level that an individual must move with if they are to move and survive and thrive. There's a level of conduct, a level of self-respect and environmental respect that an individual has to move with. A person has to move correct. Now, when you think about these individuals who are incarcerated in prison, got to run your program. When you think about the military, you got to wake up and run your program. The only difference between the military and prison is the degree of civil liberties and civil rights that the individuals have. I'll say that again. The only difference between prison and the military is that people in prison are stripped of their rights and people in the military are embolstered and given more rights. Right, you get different license plate, you get this loan, you get that amenity, you get these commodities. Right, it's the same shit though, same protocol. Wake up, sound off, roll call, wake up, hit BT, hit basic programming. Now, when you go in the military, of course, I've never gone to the military. I still sit back and contemplate at least going to the reserves. You know, I ain't going to prison. I'm about to sit in a fucking cell with the birds. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know that shit for the birds. Not about to just go do that, crash out for no reason. But I tell you this, when you wake up in the morning, everybody is on program no matter where you go. And when you understand basic shit, even when you go to the military, it's day room niggas. Even when you go to the military, it's bird ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's civilian mindset, loser ass, lame ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you are, your world is yours. If I was to be in prison, I wouldn't be a day room nigga. If I was to be in the military, I wouldn't be one of you sloppy ass niggas. It's program time, eternal. Now, the fact that I'm out here in the civilian world, I just adopt the mindset. I don't really need to go into any situation. I can understand the mindset. I can understand the philosophy. And this YWY shit, we have become the superior standard. And it is how it is. We wake up, 4 a.m., wake up time, no negotiations. We've been doing this shit. I've been doing 245 for fucking 3-4 years now. Like, what the fuck? Nothing. 444, we dropping these messages. By 5 a.m. on the dot, we either in the gym, but now we've upgraded our standards, YWY, program time, before you could even touch weights. Because people in prison don't have weights all the time. And sometimes when you on deployment, you don't have weights all the time. So you can't rely on weights all the time. And a lot of motherfuckers could bench some heavy shit, maybe squat some heavy shit, but they can't do one of these, right? To save their fucking life. So whatever you are, your world is yours. Our program, before we even get to touch the weights, we got to do 200 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and 100 dips. Earn your right to hit the weights. Now, once you understand that this shit is all mindset, all these motherfuckers is, like I said earlier, day room. Never been a day room, nigga. All these niggas that I know that been to prison, the people I respect, they'd wake up early, be on their rack, doing what they gotta do, enlightening themselves, hitting their BT, basic training, PT, physical training. By 5 a.m., motherfuckers is still asleep. 6 a.m. niggas is still asleep. Our basic shit is complete. Now we on to the next task. Now we on to the next task. Shouts out to T-Cav, because I heard him say something on his page. He was talking about how in the Foreign Legion, in the French Legion or some shit, ain't no idle time, ain't no downtime. You always on something, always on something. Why? Because it's just the mindset of staying regimented. You day room niggas be sitting around shooting the shit, talking about nothing, being nothing, moving sloppy, being sloppy, that's fine. Anywhere I go in the world, I'm on program. And everybody on my team is on program. It's not about looking good. This is a representation of trustworthiness. When individuals look at your body, which is your resume, which is your spiritual resume, which is your spiritual report card, your degree of integrity between you and yourself and the laws of existence, do motherfuckers get a clear communicated signal of trustworthiness, worthiness of trust? What is trust? The ability and capacity to rely on one. So to be trustworthy is to be reliable. So when people look at your body, the first signal of your spirit, do they get a clear communication of that which can be trusted infallibly? Or do they get a clear communication of a motherfucking liability? Whatever you are, your world is yours. Anybody who's thinking this shit is about the aesthetic before the internal psychokinetics, yeah, already got the game ass backwards. Now, if you're an individual who needs motivation and all that other shit, that's the first test. The first test is if you're willing to remain a bitch. Now, what's a bitch? Synonymous with irresponsible. The first test is if you're willing to remain irresponsible, if you're willing to continue to operate at an inferior standard. Whatever you are, your world is yours. We don't just have superior standards, we become superior standards. And if you're willing to continue to operate irresponsibly, continue to operate at a degree of inferior standard, then by all means, you have failed the initial test. We don't want sucker niggas around us. We don't want hitchhiking bum-ass niggas who want to hitchhike their way around some real niggas to a better position. Peace, God. Salute. We riding for ourselves, for our people, and we becoming valuable. If the car break down, who gonna push the shit? If the car break down, who gonna walk a couple miles to get the gallons for this shit? Nah, a lot of niggas is suckers. So whatever you are, your world is yours. We on program. And the program is not just physical training. That's basic primate shit. If you can't even be sober and do some basic monkey bar gymnastic shit, then really, well, how you calling yourself human? Whatever you are, your world is yours. We're meta-human at this point. And we're being and becoming even more meta-human. Oh, I'm not materialistic. So what are you, meta-materialistic? And if you were meta-materialistic, right? Because I'm not physical, it's metaphysical. Metaphysician, I'm a metaphysician. I'm into metaphysics. All right, so the law of correspondence. You should be able to have a higher degree of recognition of higher laws to create corresponding effects on the lower tiers and the lower planes. So the more meta-materialistic, the more beyond material, the more metaphysical, the more metaphysician you become, the more your physical reality should have a higher degree of correspondence and articulation, refinement, and higher definition. Whatever you are, your world is yours, but they try to avoid being accountable to the low by seeking refuge, by saying they're on the high. If as above, so below, then why you're below so low? Whatever you are, your world is yours. Consider vibrations raised. Program time, basic shit. 4 a.m. or earlier, wake up. 200 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, 100 dips before we even get to touch the weights. Our wake up, our warm up is their whole workout that they can barely complete. So once we get done with earning our right to touch the weights, we still hit program. And by 6 a.m., 7 a.m., we back on our racks. The thing about understanding the military and prison complex, or the military and prison philosophy, mindset, program, is understanding that even in prison, motherfuckers get jobs. Even in the military, niggas got jobs. Niggas ain't just gonna sit around and play cards all day. The realest ones ain't doing that. The realest ones ain't just sitting around in they motherfucking dorm all day. Nah, when you go to the Army, when you go to the Marine, you go to the Air Force, when you go to the military, yeah, it's not just working out and standing around. You have a basic level of physical capacity. You do your PT every morning. It's not about working out all day. And then you go and you have your job. You do your administrative tasks. Sober, fit, enlightened, and rich. It's been militant. Spiritual, militant, diligent. And I know people that have been to prison that told me prison stories where motherfuckers is in the kitchens, being the best person in the kitchen, being the best janitor, high level of detail, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And if you could take pride in the most quote-unquote insignificant task being done at the highest degree, and you put that into your work ethic across the board, this is when you reach a new level of articulation and perfection. And at the end of the day, you rise to a higher degree of conduct. Whatever you are, your world is yours. We are the superior standard. And it is a new age of superiority, but it's not about black supremacy or white supremacy or any social construct supremacy. The only supremacy and the only superiority is in the individual's degree of conduct, which is a sole responsibility, SOLE responsibility of the SOUL. Whatever you are, your world is yours. Consider the vibrations raised. It's the sole responsibility of the soul to rise to a higher degree of personal conduct. And superior conduct is the only true superiority that transcends all nationalities, all races, all genders, all subjective, qualitative descriptors of humans that can be categorized, etc., etc. Program time. Whatever you are, your world is yours. The first test is if you're willing to remain irresponsible. Why? Because you might think that you're declining us. You're declining yourself. Because the only correlative and correspondent for irresponsibility is poverty. The only root of all poverty is irresponsibility. So as you decrease irresponsibility, aka as you increase responsibility, you increase prosperity. And as you increase irresponsibility, you increase poverty. And it's as simple as that. So if you're willing to leave yourself behind, that's perfectly fine with us, because we don't want anybody around us who is willing to be less. And that's the first test. Consider the vibrations raised. Evolution been the only solution. It don't matter where I'm at in the world, I'm gonna just keep being me. It's basic programming time. I'm waking up, I'm hitting my PT, I'm training my body, I'm getting my mind right, and I'm going into the world and I'm doing my work, and we staying regimented. All you day room niggas, all you civilian niggas, y'all niggas walking around on earth doing random shit, being random motherfuckers, moving sloppy, moving at lesser degrees, perfectly fine with us. We stay out the way. Because anybody know, you go in the day room, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been a friend, I'm telling you, but I already know. You go in the day room, it's more of a higher chance you gonna have to crash out on a dummy, you feel me? So, never been no day room dummy ass nigga, day room full of dummy ass niggas, you feel me? So, best thing we do is stay out the day room, you feel me? And what that really means is, man, we stay totally out the way of these basic ass, civilian ass situations, right? You ever been in the gym like 5 p.m., 9 a.m.? Yeah, different type of person. 5 a.m. people, 9 a.m. people, 3 p.m. people, 5 p.m. people. Yeah, different types of people. These niggas be day room. Whatever you want, we not day room. Consider the vibrations raised.